The Unsigned Podcast.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Unsigned Podcast. We're joined by Lizzie Romain and Small Talk. We have Ben and Harry. How are you both doing?
We're very good, actually. Yeah,
no, really good.
We've had an eventful day.
Day.
You have come up specially for this, right?
We have
Yes.
indeed.
So where are you guys based usually?
We're from Bournemouth, down the south coast, near the beach, near the sea. Yeah, so
Love
Wonderful
Bournemouth.
Sunny well.
Do you love it?
Do you,
That's a lie.
do you feel like it influences your music, being next to the coast?
Straight in, she's straight in with it.
It's a bit pretentious that if I start connecting with the coast and everything.
The last interview was on. I was just completely waffling about how I went to the beach.
Right.
I'd just come up with lyrics at the beach. But it
He
was
doesn't even write the
I
lyrics.
didn't even write the lyrics. I've never written a lyric. I've never done a lyric in my life.
What I will
waffle.
say though is I feel like we've got, or at least I sometimes have coast bands from coastal towns, and I do feel like it does influence the music somewhat. I feel like it's more like melodical. I don't know, do you agree, or do you not know where any of your bands come from?
I know where they come from. I haven't necessarily distinguished seaside to the city. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
if it's like, if you've got a city band versus like the Kooks, they're from Brighton, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I mean, one of their songs is literally called Seaside, so you could sort of get the vibe there. But I wouldn't necessarily then know I don't know what Libertines. They're from like in London, aren't they? So mate, I don't know. I don't know if that. I wouldn't be able to tell.
I feel like they're city vibes. And
They definitely
and then
are. It was a
coastal
bad
vibes.
example.
Yeah. I was like, you're proving my point here.
I
You're
screwed
proving it.
up massively. Absolutely screwed up.
We don't even really go to the beach. Like, we've lived there all our lives. Like, we went there when we were like 10 or like 16 with our mates.
Well, I go to walk the dog, but I don't really feel like
we literally don't go to the beach. Like, we just stay at home and write songs.
Rock and
It
roll.
could be anywhere.
Yeah. So literally, it doesn't. I don't think it really has an influence. But then, saying that, you know, like we do.
some of my lyrics I've come up with.
We do like sometimes, you know, just from growing up, like it has an effect. Like, we write songs based on our experiences from growing up, and like growing up by the seaside, I guess some of those experiences come from the beach.
Yeah, well, he comes up with the lyrics in the weirdest places. Like, we're in Lidl just shopping, and he goes, "I've just come up with the best lyric." And he has to go take himself away and into a quiet place and just start singing it.
I get the melody ideas.
I guess that's probably where
places.
the best things happen. It's just
literally.
random places.
Lidl influences.
100%.
You should try and get Lidl into the title of the song somehow. It doesn't have to be called Lidl, but just like somewhere. I don't know.
Hide
That'd be like a Sam Fender. We'd be on the Howden Audi.
Howden Audi. Yeah.
You've got to take that. They're little moments of inspiration, though, aren't they? You can
sure.
take them wherever you get them.
100%.
Loads of old people shopping in Lidl. Just somehow that inspires me to.
Or Waitrose.
yeah.
Shout out Waitrose.
Shout out Waitrose.
He works there.
Yeah, I told them. Yeah, what a place that is.
So obviously you guys have introduced yourselves, but could you tell us who isn't here and what each of you do in the band, please?
Yeah, so our band is obviously me and Harry. I'm the vocalist and rhythm guitarist. Harry's a drummer. We've got Ali, who's lead guitarist, and we've got a weird lineup. Like, Jack's also a guitarist. We've got 3 guitarists in our band.
Right.
And then we've got a bassist. At the moment, we've got Luke, who's one of our mates, and he
works at Waitrose as well.
He works at. That's how you.
That's
met
how
him.
I met.
Right.
And yeah, he's in our band.
Yeah, so we've got 5 at the moment. We
Right.
Yeah, we were normally a 4-piece, but at the moment we're just rocking with 5.
Was that because the 3 guitarists couldn't decide who was going to play bass?
Yeah.
Who's going to be demoted?
This is the thing. Originally,
You got the short straw. Yeah.
Controversial.
literally, yeah. Like, originally, I was playing bass and singing, which didn't really work, because when you're singing, you're doing different rhythms to the bass line, and it's really hard to sing and play bass. That's why you don't really get many frontmen that play bass. So we were like, we need to change this up. So, and Jack and Ali were comfortable on guitar, so we were like, you know what, we'll just get a bassist in, become a 5-piece. We've got 3 guitars, which it fills up. It fills it up because we all play different kind of parts in the song. Someone will play a high part, I'll play a lower part, Ali will play the lead. And we've got different tones, and it all kind of works together quite nicely. So it blends in really well with each other, which works, I think.
Yeah, no, it does. It's
How did you and Luke get chatting? So did you meet him in Waitrose? Were you like down the cheese aisle, and then you were like, I play drums. Oh, I play guitar.
No, it's weird. So he went to my old school. He was a year above, so I never really sort of I didn't meet him at school, so it's a bit irrelevant. But it was at work. Yeah, we met. I actually don't know how we started
I feel like this is a pinnacle moment in your band. You need to
there
rack
must
your
have
brains
been,
and
there must have
remember.
been
Were you like tapping on the till or something? And
on the till, yeah.
Just started making the beat.
Exactly.
Just played the beat together.
Yeah.
just started vibing.
Yeah. No, what I do remember him one time asked me to join another band. That was in the chiller. I was just racking away in my cage. Comes up to me and is like, "Do you play drums?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Do you want to join?" But that must have been it. Then
That
was it. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So then
So that was the first time you chatted.
Yeah, that was,
Do you want to play drums in my band?
Yeah, because I never really talked to him before.
Trying to steal our drummer.
Yeah, so that was.
Ooh, rivalry.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, so that was kind of, that's where it sort of started. And then we were then obviously looking for a bassist, and then obviously knew Luke. And then, yeah, we just...
So is he not playing in that other band anymore then?
Yeah, that band's kind of... I don't know what happened. It just kind of... It was right. We were doing like little local gigs. It was more of a covers band.
Right, okay.
Like Oasis kind of covers, which was good fun.
Yeah.
It kind of just, vanished. I don't know what happened to it.
Spontaneously
I just-
combusted.
yeah.
I basically just said to Harry, like, you're either in that band or in ours. Make your mind up now, Jake. He could be in any band he wants. Yeah,
As long as it's small talk.
as long as it's
As long as it's...
So how does Small Talk, like, when did you first write your first song?
So I wrote Head Start was our debut single, and I wrote that lockdown. It was the second lockdown. See, I picked up guitar really quite late, to be honest. I picked up guitar at like 18, and I had no clue like how to. I never played music in my life. I had no clue. Even now, like my rhythm, like my natural rhythm, is terrible. Harry would say like the amount of times he's had to put on my terrible rhythm. It's got a lot better, but like it was awful.
It's
at
like you've got
first.
videos of like our first rehearsals.
Right.
It's dreadful. Absolutely, you don't want to hear it.
We thought we left the rehearsal room.
Yeah, like we're gonna be the next Arctic
Absolutely
Monkeys.
buzzing.
Like we look back on it now, we're like, oh my god, that's embarrassing.
Gotta
But
start somewhere.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, I was 18, and it was like, you know, it's that weird time when like everything just didn't feel real. You know, it's like that second lockdown. You know, it was like nothing was happening, and I was just like, so I just picked up the guitar one day and I started playing around with these chords. It was really, really cool chords actually. Really easy, like really simple song. It's literally 3 chords basically the whole way through. And I started strumming. I wrote these lyrics. And I was like, guys, I think I've got a song, you know. And before that, we were wrapping our heads around how to write a song and whatever. And I was like, guys, I think I've got a song. So I played it in the first rehearsal. And at this point, it was only me, Harry, and Ali. So it was Harry on drums, Ali on lead guitar. There was only 3 of us at that point.
Yeah. So we were playing about a bassist then, weren't we?
We weren't, and we
thought it was fine.
we didn't even know we needed a bassist. We were like, hold on a minute, we actually should get a bassist. So yeah, at that point, I showed them that song, and we were like, yeah, that's our debut. You know, I mean, as soon as we heard it, and it kind of went a bit mad. Like we didn't expect that many people to listen to it. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, well, it's doing well, isn't it? I had a little look today. It's on
Yeah.
like 13,000 streams on
which is
Spotify.
it's decent. I mean,
Yeah.
and you know, we at that point. Even the point we recorded, we barely knew much about music. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
We turned up to Brighton, knocking on someone's house, thinking it was a studio,
Right.
and it was someone's house. So just
Yeah,
excited.
the first time we
We
recorded
were
it,
so lost in Brighton.
we recorded our song in Brighton, this place called Brighton Electric, which a lot of like famous bands have recorded at. And we like Brighton's such a weird place. There's like things hidden in back alleys and stuff. So we went there and we went to this random house and we got the wrong address. We knocked on the door, didn't we? And then some guy just answered it.
Yeah, it was just like, what?
And we were just like, is this Brighton Electric Studio? He's just like, no, just shut the door. And I was like, oh my god, what are we
Really
doing?
this awkward encounter.
Yeah.
It just kick-started. I was just like,
I can just imagine it. Were you there with like holding your instruments and stuff and everything?
Literally, we looked broken. We had like a 3-hour drive. We were like, yeah, this is ridiculous. We went in there, like honestly, I couldn't even. I only knew about 4 chords. I'm not gonna lie. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the
Laughing
most
at us.
messy recording ever. And somehow, like,
I didn't even know
people-
I was being recorded. He just told me to play the song on repeat. So I just kept playing it on repeat. Didn't know I was being recorded. And he comes in and is like, well, that's it, we're done. And I'm like,
But mate, isn't that a really good like recording technique though? Like that's an experienced producer that like to
you're
just go,
just-
mate, just crack on.
Yeah.
We'll be out here. Don't worry about us.
100%.
And then, you're done.
Because
Yeah,
you're
we've got it now.
you're
Pressure's
relaxed.
off.
Your pressure's off you, and it's just you're relaxed.
Yeah.
You can kind of get a bit more free.
Yeah.
So, it's probably a better way of. Especially my first one, I was just.
Yeah, they
I think I
probably
would've
just saw
crumbled
you
if
were
it
like
was
a
like-
little bit nervous, and it
Yeah,
was just
yeah.
like, oh, it's better to kind of, sing like no one's watching,
Exactly,
or dance like no one's watching, kind of vibes.
Yeah.
4 lost strangers
that-
just enter the building.
Yeah, literally, I had
Take it
no
easy
idea
on
what
them.
we were doing. I honestly do not know how. like that song obviously connects with people, and like I look back on it and I think like, oh my god, like that recording was just so like rough, and it just like I feel like sometimes the best songs are the ones that aren't necessarily really well produced.
Agree,
They're
yeah.
just rough,
like it's just got a bit of rugged charm.
Exactly,
Yeah, it's a bit like Arctic Monkeys, a bit like that, right?
Not now, they're not.
Well, not now, but like back in the day.
Back in the
Talk about
day.
the new album.
Do you like the new album?
I don't know. Have I listened to the new album?
I've listened to the first
Has it
few
come
tracks as they've come out, but I haven't listened to everything in
We
full.
don't
Yeah,
want
I
to get
don't know if I've
cancelled by
listened to
saying
it.
Don't wanna get
anything.
cancelled, yeah.
Yeah, don't get. You've
Don't
already
get
been on the bad side
cancelled.
of some people this week, so let's not do any more. How did just going back to your recording process with Head Start? How did it change when you got to do Paris?
So I just think as our knowledge, like we knew a lot more about music. We did get someone different to mix it as well, which I think improved the mix. But yeah, we just improved. Like my vocals have improved a lot since then. I mean, his drumming's good, and he was good
Nah.
from the start. But like he
Experience counts, though, right?
100%. Yeah, no, we
knew what we
walked
did.
in more confident. We knew what we were doing, which helps a lot.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
massively. So
Did
it's
you still
just-
record it in Brighton again?
Yeah.
Was it still
Yeah,
at the same place?
Same place, yeah.
Okay.
yeah. So it was just it was just different, wasn't it? Like we felt a lot more calm. We didn't feel nervous. Like I felt so nervous the first time I was recording a song. So I was like, this is going to be on record forever. Like we can't mess this
Yeah,
up, you
yeah.
know.
So some artists delete their first tracks.
Yeah. I mean,
They cancel themselves.
I don't like that though. Like I think you've got to keep them there because I think that shows your progression. You know, it shows where you started, and they're not going to be the best tracks because you've just started as an artist. Of course they're not. You know, your best tracks are going to come in an album's time or whatever. But
Yeah.
I feel like they're there for a purpose, and they got that initial backing. And hopefully from there you just improve and improve. Like,
It's a good way of thinking about it.
So,
Don't they
yeah.
usually say it's like is it the second or third album that's usually the golden one?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Probably
the debut
third,
always.
isn't it, I'd say.
I think if you make it to the at this like nowadays, if you can actually release a debut album, you've done well because that either means you've got a load of money, or two, you've just like you've got a record label. Yeah, that's the only two reasons. So normally I think nowadays the debut albums normally do quite well because you've already got a backing from a really good fan base.
Yeah.
But yeah, normally it's like the third or second album. I mean, Oasis, wasn't it? Like, you know, What's the Story went mental, didn't it? And that was there.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely maybe still the bits, but What's the Story was like the biggest, you know, biggest selling album, probably one of the biggest ever.
So have you found it with because you guys perform lots over the summer, and you've got 2 tracks that are currently released. What are you laughing at?
There's a remix as well.
There is a remix
There is
as
a
well.
remix,
but
yeah. I mean,
There is a remix.
we've had a little trouble on the recording side. Thing was with us, it's so expensive to record a song. I mean, you're looking at about 700 quid for one song, which for us, like obviously we're all students and we're still trying to make ends meet or whatever, and it's a lot of money. But it was difficult playing. People only knew 2 tracks of ours, but I feel like it got like people were like, your other songs are really good, and that actually got people involved because they were like, oh, these guys haven't just got 2 good songs, they've got there's 7 or 8 others that
We did actually record one of the songs, another song. So we have got a third one, but we weren't happy with it at all.
We want it to be good. You know,
well, you weren't happy with the recording, or you weren't happy with how you guys played on the day, or what do you mean?
Probably
you're
a
not
bit of
happy with
everything.
it?
everything.
Yeah.
It was frustrating. I mean, like we felt like it could have been a lot better. I mean, like for instance, I was quite ill on the recording when we were recording vocals, so I was really nasally, and like it didn't sound as good as it could have done, and I didn't really want that out. And I think the same with the drums, you had issues with.
Yeah, no, I wasn't happy with how the drums sounded. And I think it was good. We're getting more critical, which is
Yeah.
You've got to be, yeah.
You're only improve with like self-criticism
Yeah,
like that
definitely,
because
yeah,
you wouldn't want to release something, put it out there if you're not happy with it.
Yeah.
There's no point. You might as well just wait and wait until you're happy with it.
Yeah.
So you're doing a lot of gigs at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, we've been. September was crazy.
You've got one. Is it this Saturday?
We've got one. This Saturday we're headlining a venue called Joiners in Southampton. It's quite a famous one. I think like every band's, but it's one of those that every band's started there. You know.
You're getting around as well. You're really travelling with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are. That's the thing. You've got to do it. You've got to put in the grind.
You've got to build your base down south locally. But you've
Yeah.
also got to get yourself.
Yeah.
How
out
did you
there.
get that gig then? Did you just apply?
It was through Twitter actually.
Which one?
The Joiners one. So the Joiners one, we just got offered that. We now like we used to have to like really kind of beg people like, can you please put us on the support slot? But now I think we've gained a little bit of traction and we can get people to the shows. We've proven that.
Yeah.
I think like promoters are starting to offer us gigs and stuff, which is great. Like, you know, it's like it's brilliant.
It's such a good feeling when they
they
contact you. It's
yeah, because then it just takes the legwork out of it as well, isn't it? Because half of it with being a new band is managing the socials, managing all the feed coming in from presenters like us asking for whatever to be on the show, and like, there's a lot, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, I always think the first gig's the hardest to get, and I did a TikTok actually video of how to get your first gig, and a lot of the it did really well, but like for people who want their first gig, I would always say just literally go around your local area, find bands who are headlining venues, and just contact them. Like most bands, if I get a message from a band that like, hey guys, we love your music, like, you know, we were also doing similar music, can you check us out? Like, it's brilliant. Like, you know what I mean? We're all up for supporting other bands. Everyone in that industry like is really supportive. Yeah, and they will give you a gig because
that's the thing. That's where our first gig came from. Yeah. It's such a story. We were meant to support a band called the Pioneers in Southampton, and you probably know Ben went to Twitter, so it got cancelled like the very last minute. Was it the day before?
Literally the day before, yeah.
Literally
I'd come home from uni at that point.
We were absolutely buzzing for it as well, because it was our first gig. Well, no, it was us, no.
It's the second gig, yeah. The first one was a little while before, but...
Yeah.
I literally came home from uni as well. I was in uni like 3.5 hours away, so I'd come home for all the gigs. And I'd come home, and it got cancelled the day before. We'd practiced everything.
We were literally in the rehearsal room, and we got the text through, and we were like,
it's an
absolute nightmare.
But then I put out a tweet, I was like, you know what, it's worth a try, isn't it? And we had like 70 followers at this point on Twitter.
Probably the first tweet on Twitter as well, wasn't it? Like, bearing in mind, none of us used Twitter. We didn't know how Twitter works at all.
Literally.
So then, we thought,
can we have a gig?
Literally, I just put out a tweet like, has anyone got a gig going this weekend? Like, our gig's been cancelled. We come down from uni. Like, you know, we're a good sounding band. We've got a nice sound. Like, does anyone want to kind of take us on? And I think it got like 400 retweets or something.
Wow,
it was a lot. Maybe not that much, but it was a lot. And that
that's mad.
It was crazy. And like we were meant to release Head Start. Like it was a month after that. So that kind of built up. I think that kind of started that whole thing.
Yeah.
And that gave us like a fan base before we'd released our debut single, which was mad. And like that just shows like just some things can just happen, and you're just like
that we built a lot of.
Yeah. If we hadn't done that, we wouldn't. I don't think we'd be.
But that shows your tenacity as well, though, right? Because some people would have crumbled under that and been like, "Oh,
exactly."
Like, do you know what I mean?"
Definitely.
So it's a testament to you guys that you actually persevered with that, definitely.
And the power of social media, and I guess you can only grow on that. You've got confidence behind it now, so
that's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing recently with the Louis Tomlinson thing.
I was going to make right. So we talked about this off camera, right? And I was going to mention it because I know the Skinner Brothers from a gig that I went to in Southend a couple of weeks ago, and it fell out between him and Louis Tomlinson, didn't it? Yeah. So I saw the aftermath of it. But how does that involve you guys?
So basically, I mean, Skinner Brothers were kind of saying like, "Oh, I think it's lame that Louis Tomlinson is giving independent bands a leg up," and I don't agree with that at all. Like, well, of course, it's not lame. Like, he's probably the only pop like you know big star at the moment that's actually really supporting the independent music scene, and he's giving gigs to like a lot of independent bands, and he's sharing them on his socials, and it's literally, I mean, if you look at Stone, a band called Stone, I don't know if you've heard of them. They're like a Liverpool punk band, I think, and they were was it Stone? Oh no, it's the Poets, isn't it?
Only the Poets.
Only the Poets, Only the Poets. And they were on the verge of giving up, and Louis Tomlinson basically offered them a slot at his festival, I believe. And it literally completely transformed their career, and now they're on a European headline tour. Wow. You know, like how can you complain about that? He's literally giving he's shining a light on the independent music scene, and that's in my opinion that's incredible. You know,
we need more of that, really.
Exactly, yeah, 100%. We shouldn't be throwing shade at that. So we just put out a tweet saying, a lot of bands did this. Just put out a tweet saying, you know, we fully support Louis. Like, you know, we really appreciate.
Love to join. We'd love to have support.
Literally, like, you know, we'd love to. You know, we would never turn down a support from Louis because that would kickstart our career. Yeah. And basically, what happened was Louis' fan base. They're very like. They're amazing. They're an amazing fan base. I mean, they literally will support like anything, and they literally all just flocked to the tweet and like all liked it. and because everyone saw it, and I think we put out like 3 different tweets about it, and they're each on like 1,000 likes, and they all started listening to our music. There was also like quite a few other bands they also supported, and they were making playlists, and they've got like, some of them have got like 700 followers on them, and they're like featuring our songs and like all the independent band songs, and it's like, it's amazing. There's like this crossover between, you know, Louis Tomlinson's fan base and the independent music scene, which is absolutely incredible in my opinion. And like,
100%,
like it genuinely has kickstarted something now, because like even just our general tweets are getting 100 likes now.
Yeah, that's the thing. They don't just like the tweets that we put up supporting him. They also like the tweets, like just the general tweets, just like with our music and stuff. So
they proper followers,
really engage with us. Yeah,
and I mean, I never really listened to Louis before, and I had listened to his latest single, and I love it. Like, it's guitar driven, which is awesome, and I think that's good. Like, it's bringing back like that music into the mainstream, and that's only a good thing in my opinion. And it's a really great song. Like, it's really cool. It's a great song. And I think it's called Out of My System, isn't it? Yeah. And it's a fantastic song, and I honestly think that's gonna be what the indie scene needs to get back up in the charts. Because at the moment, I mean, before, like, you know, a few years ago, it was completely dead. You know, there was no bands coming through, but now we've got so many bands that are coming through, and that's because of bigger artists like Louis who are championing that scene, and I think that's incredible.
And it's a good thing, because then other bands and artists are going to follow the same tangent. We know, for example, I mean, Alfie Templeman isn't quite as big, but he's got a lot of artists.
Grace was last night.
Yeah, literally last night.
Yeah.
But I also know a couple of other artists have been on my show, and they're also supporting Alfie on his tour around the UK. So I'm guessing he must be doing the same kind of thing and either reaching out to them. Do you know how
Grace got involved?
Yeah,
I don't know. I imagine she just contacted him.
It was an application form, actually.
Oh, is
so
it?
He actually put it out on Instagram saying like, who's like, you know, just apply if you want to support me for your tour.
Yeah.
I think like everyone applied.
Everyone
so it's mad
applied.
that Grace got it, because obviously she's very talented. I mean, fair enough. Like, you know, she's done very well to get that. But yeah, no, that stuff like that's amazing, because I think it really, you're almost capturing their fan bases, and I think their fan bases, they obviously love pop music, but they also deep down, I think everyone loves a bit of guitar music. You know what I mean? Like, everyone loves just the kind of like almost attraction of guitar music. And
well, Alfie's like indie pop, isn't he?
Yeah. That's like
he's a massive.
So
talent.
he's
unbelievable.
Yeah, he's really good. I mean, we've seen him a few times. He's a fantastic musician. But his fans, I mean, will love indie pop, I think, and so that's just an easy crossover. Things like more mainstream music, I feel like some people won't necessarily listen to a lot of indie rock normally. I'm sure that a lot of them do, but so when they hear it, they're like, oh, hold on a minute, this is actually really good. It's like, you know, we love it. And I think it's such an accessible kind of genre of music, which I think a lot of people will love if they just hear it. It's just getting the ears.
Just getting
on
in the door first, isn't it?
Yeah, it's getting.
Well, once
the ears
you
on
guys make it, then you'll have to do the same. You'll have to start doing your forms and
100%,
asking like emerging artists and stuff. And
we know the struggle. Like,
yeah,
we played to venues with like 5 people in, and it's horrible. Like, you're just there like, what's the point of this? But then you play other shows where you're playing to like 300, 400 people.
Grind, and it's like working hard. It makes it all more worth it when you do.
Yeah, and we have so much respect for like all the other bands that also go through that, because it's such a hard industry. Like, you know, we don't get paid. We lose money basically the whole time. I think
we know that feeling, don't we?
Yeah, I'm sure it's the same.
I am down bad right now.
We're very down bad.
I think the thing is, what you guys are saying about bigger artists championing smaller artists, that goes in the independent scene as well, and it should do anyway. If there's a lot of where we've spoken, because obviously with us being a part of, well, all the stations that we're a part of, including Future Hits, which is our station, like where different shows we have on there, it has been known that some artists aren't great at recommending other artists. Yeah. And we've had this conversation with a few people on here before, and it's like, why not? I nearly swore then. I realised your mum's going to be watching. But yeah, why not? Like, support these artists and support each other, because you can't ever make yourself shine brighter by blowing out someone else's candle. Who said that? That was a good saying, but I can't remember who said it.
Good saying.
Yeah,
very good saying.
It's true though. So like, it's a great.
Just be friendly, network,
it costs
connect.
nothing as well.
Just be nice.
It literally costs nothing.
Yeah.
Like, it costs nothing to give a band a shout out on Twitter or like Instagram, like what you guys are doing, like is brilliant. Like you're giving a platform for bands like us to come on here and
I also think more and more
talk
people
waffle, you know, and like, you know.
No, it's interesting. I always find doing these interviews very interesting because it's unique perspectives, individual journeys, the band growing as a whole, where the inspiration came from. It's great. Like for someone that's a people watcher and like a people studier, as it were, I just find it fascinating, don't you?
100%.
Yeah, definitely. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, like, it's sort of like you also see a lot more fans watching support bands now, which is massive. That's like really good.
Yeah.
But you'll go to like a grassroots venue and there's like a certain type of like new music fan. Like, you know, a grassroots venue when you go in there.
Yeah, definitely.
There's just an energy, there's a vibe, there's a feel for it. It's just its own entity, but it's also
100%.
just so magic.
Some of the people that like support us, like come to every show, it's just like they're just the best people, because it's like you don't have to do that, you know what I mean? Like you know, and they do it every week, you know.
But it's social for them as well.
Exactly,
like, you know,
100%. It's
they're
like a
getting as
community,
much
you know?
out of it
Yeah.
as you are, because A, they're networking, B, they're seeing a band that they love and enjoy,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
you know, they're getting out of it as well.
It's important for artists to go and network at other shows as well as your own.
100%, yeah.
And I think that what I have heard about is if you're headlining a gig, it can mean so much to the people that are supporting you to go and watch them as well.
Definitely,
But I have seen it on the other side of it where the headliners haven't watched anyone else, and it's like,
And they take their fan base with them.
it's like, it's one of those things, isn't it? Like we've said it a million times on here. It's all about helping each other out, and I think that if you're all using different gigs and your own gigs to obviously network with people, it's short and building other people up. It's what it's all about.
100%.
Because the people that aren't doing that, they won't get help along the way.
No,
Do you know what I
exactly.
mean? It's-
Exactly.
100%.
I mean, we played we've done one. Well, we've done one headliner. Yeah, the Bournemouth one. We did a big Bournemouth headliner. And it was pretty much. I think it was pretty much sold out, wasn't it? It was madness. Like, it was.
Yeah, we
crazy.
didn't think we'd sell more
No,
than 50, let alone
sold.
sell it. Nearly
I think
sell
we
it
ended
out.
up selling like 150, which was crazy. In Bournemouth. Bournemouth's like, it's not really known for its music scenes. It's really hard to
It's
get
a
people
uni
out.
town, though. Surely,
Yeah.
like
It is, but like it's very much geared towards more like, is it like drum and bass music and like dance
and rave
music?
scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think more
yeah.
than like indie music. It hasn't really got a. It's got a few venues, but it's not known for its indie music scene.
Yeah.
So that was pretty special when we managed to like fill out the venue. That was cool.
Yeah.
But then, you know, like the support bands we brought on, like, you know, like I think there's a really talented girl called Scarlett Grigg who's incredible. Like, got an incredible voice. She's from Southampton, and like. This band called Galaxy Thief as well. Who also
I
from,
know Galaxy Thief.
Yeah.
They're good boys,
They're
actually.
really good lads.
Yeah.
Really good lads. We're actually their support.
They're very well connected as well.
They are really. Yeah.
They've
definitely.
got their dads or someone.
Yeah.
They're all. Yeah.
They're doing really well actually, and they're on their main support for our joiners gig on Saturday actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So they're good lads. But they're like it's
Say hi from me.
Yeah, no, I will do. Yeah, yeah. But it's like a community, you know, because we all kind of like congratulate each other after the gig, and we all like support each other on social
Singles
media.
out,
And,
yeah.
and it's like it's just such a good atmosphere, I think.
Yeah, and that's what you want. You want to just, like I said, just support each other. Cause
100%.
You look in the audience, and a lot of them, if you actually go and chat to them, a lot of them are musicians.
Oh,
Yeah.
Literally, yeah. And they know the struggle.
They know the struggle. Yeah.
Literally.
That was what was so nerve wracking about our Brighton gig. Is like everyone in the audience, they're going to be musicians.
Everyone in
scenes
Brighton is a
there's-
musician.
Yeah, I was
like,
going to say, the
literally.
scene there has got to be
It's
really
crazy,
good,
man.
right? Compared to,
Oh.
if you say Bournemouth isn't great, out of the three of them, out of Bournemouth, Southampton and Brighton,
Brighton, easily.
Brighton. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh my
I
God,
was-
like,
we had that gig, and I was absolutely buzzing because
It's a
I
funny
love
story,
Brighton.
actually.
Yeah.
Brighton's like my second home, and I love a night out. It's my favourite place to go on a
Yeah.
night out, and like every gig building up to it, I'd be like, I can't wait for Brighton, can't wait for Brighton.
yeah.
And it came to it, and I was ill.
Oh,
I was ill.
mate.
And it was
That's
just
the
like
worst.
this.
Still
you
played the
cannot
gig
believe
though.
it.
He absolutely
Oh,
smashed
did
it.
you still played it?
He still played
I still played the gig, yeah, I
Let's
still
go
played
home,
it.
Andy.
But I just looked miserable. You just watch videos back, and it's just me. And then they had an encore, and then everyone was just like, you just wanted to just.
You
I
were
bet
just
you're
like,
like,
no.
I was like, oh my
No
god.
encore. So are you playing so you said you've got like 7 tracks at the moment. Are you playing the new ones at your live gigs?
We've actually got like a 10 now. 11.
Oh, okay.
So we haven't had a lot. We've only been going like really years, like
Coming
kind
up
of
to a year
small
now,
talk
isn't it? November, yeah.
Put a bit over a year.
Over
So
a year.
we haven't really had a lot of time, you know, to write songs. But yeah, we've got about 10, 11 songs now. And yeah, this one we're trialing a new track. called "This Is Not the End," which it slaps. It's got a good little, it's got a nice guitar riff. It's got a nice guitar riff.
Yeah, no, I think the thing what
one.
we're trying to go for is just really catchy.
Really catchy.
Really
Yeah.
catchy. Like,
The only way to get people in. If it sticks in your head, I mean, I say this like, if I write a song and it doesn't stick in my head, I get rid of it because it's not going to stick in anyone else's
It's a
head.
good idea because like if I'm going through a playlist, the ones that catch me are the catchy ones.
Exactly.
The ones even
One
if
you
there's
remember.
slight notes. I hate it when a track sounds too much like another track. Then I get turned off by it.
Yeah,
But if it's just got that right amount, just that right level of uniqueness and catchiness, I'm just like, oh my god, I'm in love.
Yeah, literally.
And,
That's,
I know I'm happy when I go on Twitter and I start tweeting about it. I'm just like, listen to this.
definitely, that's the thing. Like, we always write our songs geared towards it being a catchy chorus. I think that's everything. Like, it's all well and good having nice bass lines, having nice, having amazing drums, which you did. But like, and having
Thanks.
having all these like cool guitar, whatever. But at the end of the day, most listeners will just remember the vocal melody, and that's so true. Most listeners aren't musicians; they don't know what bass line is. They will remember the vocal melody.
I think that's why Wet Legs have done so well, because
Yeah.
it's just
It's a
their
catchy vocal
catchy
melody.
guitar riff.
Yeah,
and just
yeah.
everything
Much you
about
But
it.
don't like,
lyrics as well.
yeah.
Sometimes you get like a golden nugget of lyric
Exactly.
and you're listening and you're just like, oh my god, that's
That's it.
genius.
And
And some
You
of them
know,
are
it
just,
sticks in your
they're
head.
just so random as well.
They're
Yeah.
so
It's
random.
just so funny.
So
It's just
Shage
like-
Long, all that. Did you see them at Glastonbury?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
They were on my list, but they clashed with someone. I can't
Oh,
believe.
okay.
I would love to
remember
see them
seeing
live.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it would just be quite an
They're
experience.
with,
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan, but like, their songs are really catchy. I had Chase Long in my head for
Yeah.
ages. I couldn't get that out of my head. It was so annoying. But it's a great song. I think great songs are the ones that memorable.
Earworms.
Yeah, exactly.
There was an Alex Francis track, and the lyric was, "I'm broke, but I don't need fixing." And I was like, I love
That's
that.
great,
Obviously,
yeah,
like the hard musicians and stuff.
Yeah,
But it's like, I'm cool. I don't need fixing. I'm good with this. This is just the situation at the moment, but I will make it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's
And we were at the gig together,
Yeah,
weren't we? And I just heard it, and I just turned to Matt, and I was like,
Great lyric.
I was just like, that is golden. Like it just sticks out. It's like a little shining beacon, you
Literally,
know.
that's the thing. Like, things like that. I mean, it's like I said, it's all well and good having a good bass line, but at the end of the day, no one really listens to the bass line. And
Right,
I mean,
just say
they
that.
do.
Like, what's your bass
Yeah.
player called again? Bass player called again?
Well, I
let
come
you
up with a
relate
lot of the
to it.
bass lines. to
Just
be
sit
fair.
back.
There are some really good catchy
Oh,
bass,
100%. Yeah,
you know,
100%.
and they do
Or-
stick in your
It is
head.
really
Drives
important.
the
Like, it
song.
is really important, but I feel like
You're digging such a hole, mate.
I know.
I'm trying to get out of it. Basically, like, all I've said is, like, I think most people will remember the vocal melody rather than the bass line. I think it's really important to have a catchy vocal melody, because a lot of songs you hear nowadays, very simple bass lines. It will just follow the chord progression, which suits the song because that makes other things stand out. You know, like, sometimes the bass line stands out and it's really good and it's great, but then
I'm sorry.
I'm just waffling now.
You're trying to
Stop
get yourself
talking.
out of the hole.
I can't help you.
I'm just waffling.
You're eyeballing pictures
I know,
of me,
it's
over
like-
there. You're just there, like, connecting over the top.
I would
I've
just like to
offended
say,
every bassist.
could you imagine if Rob was here?
Rob's face.
Right, Rob, who also co-presents on here, is a bassist
Oh,
at
no.
Admissions. And I'm just saying,
won't
it's
be
lovely
invited
Lizzie's
back.
here, and I'm guessing you're thankful for that as well.
Yeah.
I don't hate to bassist. Every bassist now hates it.
I love bassists, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, it's a rhythm
Well,
section,
I'm
mate. You got to
just
stick up for
saying
it. You know what I
I
mean?
used to play bass. So okay.
Yeah, but you gave it up because, you know, it was too hard. Right, we're going to have a break. We're going to have a break, and we're going to come back for
Yeah.
your dream gig. So we will see you all in section 2. Hi everyone, welcome to the Unsigned podcast. As some of you may know, I'm an ambassador for MATES, which is Mental Health Awareness through Educational Speaking. They're a peer-to-peer support group. They're based in Essex, but they've got a group on Facebook, and there's a load of great ambassadors out there all offering out some support. If you want more information, go to their website, weareyourmates.com. But let's get back to the episode.
So we're starting section 2 with an apology, are we?
I'm glad it's not me you're throwing under the bus this week.
That was a truly thrown under the bus. Yeah, I want to apologise to all bassists. I'm sorry if I offended any of you. I love bass. Next section.
Yeah, we'll leave it
Dream gig. Let's swerve the rest of that. Right, dream gig. So in this section of the podcast, what we do is we ask you your dream venue, who you'd like to support or headline your dream gig, rider, what you'd like on your rider, where your after party would be, etc., etc. So if you can hear that bass, by the way, on the recording, I apologise. Someone's having a party next door.
Bass player, isn't it?
It's the bass. They're coming for
Trying to
you.
ruin it. They know what we're up to. Like.
It's an army outside.
Bassist.
That's it.
They're assembling outside the studio.
Oh God, you're not safe.
Is there an exit I can go out of? Because
I'll take the hit for this one.
Right, where would your dream venue be? We used to do festivals as well, but everyone was picking Glastonbury. So your dream venue at your dream gig.
Dream venue. I mean, we're gonna have different opinions about this, aren't we? I feel like.
I don't know. It's for me, it's just got to be Wembley.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a little bit like there's not enough soul in Wembley. Like you want to have somewhere where it's intimate but also massive. I'm thinking like.
I'm really scared what he's going to say now.
What's the like an O2? Maybe the O2.
Where's that one in Argentina? It's not.
Oh yeah,
there's one that just it holds over 100,000. It looks crazy.
Like 200,000.
Well, is that like a venue or a football stadium or?
Football stadium, yeah.
probably.
Oh, okay.
But
Like Boca Juniors Stadium or something like that.
Yeah.
It'd have to be somewhere that like is intimate but also can hold a lot of people. Like I'm thinking O2 Arena. I prefer gigs.
So you think there's more soul in the O2 Arena than at Wembley?
Yeah, I feel like there's more. I just like indoor gigs because
Right.
there's a lot better atmosphere.
Did you mean stadium or arena? Stadium.
Stadium, yeah.
Okay.
Wembley Stadium, yeah.
Sorry, I think I mean Wembley Arena. What's the one?
So Wembley Stadium is a football
Yeah,
stadium,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
Wembley Arena is the indoor
so
venue
that's
about half
I
a
think
mile
I
down the
mean
road.
Wembley Arena then. The arena every big app plays.
You're going to turn up to the arena. You're going to turn up to the stadium.
Like that door in Brighton.
I'm here for my gig.
It's just useless. Like. But yeah, I don't know. For me, I think Wembley Arena would be better because it's more. It feels a bit more intimate with the fans. I feel like when you're actually closer to the fans and you can actually hear the crowd. Yeah. I feel like that would be better. And I mean, if you're big enough to headline Wembley and you play Wembley Arena, you're probably going to get your most dedicated fans in Wembley Arena. I don't know how many holds, like 6,000, 7,000.
How many does it hold in Wembley? 10?
10,000, yeah. So you'd have 10,000 really dedicated fans.
And it'll all be crushed at the gates at the front,
Yeah.
queued for hours.
Oh, that's not good.
Mosh pit in the middle.
Mosh pit sounds better than crushed.
Yeah. Yeah. I just imagine like, I don't know. I don't know.
I think
We can go Wembley Stadium.
Wembley Stadium.
Oh,
Okay, we'll go with that then.
Yeah.
So you can both choose someone on the next one, right? So you've got 3 acts. So I know you've got 4 playing at your gig this weekend, right? Right, so we're only doing 3. Right,
So why you can drop one of them?
I mean, you can choose other ones.
You can
They
choose
have to
other
be the
ones. So you've got 3 people at your gig or 3 artists. You're one of them. You've got to choose your main support, your headliner, and your opener. Where are you on the bill, and who else is there with you at Wembley Stadium?
We can agree on the main one. Can we?
Is it too like arrogant to say us as headliner?
No, you're
No.
allowed to do it. It's your
Okay.
dream gig. You can do
I mean,
that.
yeah,
Some
we'd
people
wanna-
don't. Some people do.
You'd
Totally up to
probably
you.
want to be headlining because then like it'd just be mad.
Yeah, it must. Yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah, so you're headlining. So
We're
who's
headlining.
opening and who is the main support?
Should we do like different ones? So you do yours first. You'd like. I know.
Well, I'd like Sam Fender.
Yeah. Imagine the
obsessed.
night out with Sam Fender after.
That would be cool.
madness.
Yeah.
I would love to go on that out with Sam Fender. I think it'd be so cool. Like,
Dean as
Sam
well.
Fender on the bender.
yeah, literally, and like
Dean, Joe.
they just know how to drink. I feel like as well. They just love
Proper
it. Like,
Geordies.
yeah, the Geordies. They love it. So
Yeah, no, definitely it's got to be Sam Fender.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good shout.
Everywhere in my room is just a Sam Fender photo. It's like obsession is.
Okay, so for his next birthday, you need to get a life-size cutout of Sam
Yeah,
Fender. That'd
That's
be
literally what my
great.
dad was thinking of doing.
Oh, really?
He said to me he's going to get me this cut out of Sam Fender. 'Cause my brother loves David Attenborough.
Hang
The
on,
David
that's
Attenborough one.
that is a bit of a contrast, isn't it?
Yeah, we're all completely. Well, apart from my older one, because he drums as well.
Right.
That's how I got into it. But my middle one just loves wildlife.
Right. Okay.
We're all so different. But yeah, got a cut out of David Attenborough for him.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
So,
I think we can agree on the main support. I think it has to be for me. It would be Southampton as well.
Cool.
The
I think
opener?
it's just because we just love it.
Opener is a tricky one.
It has to be.
No, because we'd want to bring someone actually who was similar to us. Like, do you know what I mean? Who was on the same. I think we'd bring our mates Wave Chase. We'd have to, wouldn't we? From Bournemouth.
Wave Chase.
We'd have to, like.
Yeah, 100%.
We'd have to, yeah. Basically, there's a band that we're really good mates with called Wave Chase. They're Bournemouth/Brighton. It's got loads of our mates in there, and we actually supported them in Brighton, and it was like it's always a good night because we just know each other and like. We get proper gassed up for it 'cause it's like this is we're both playing a gig together. So yeah, we'd get them on. We'd have to. It'd have to be a band that an independent band I think on opener.
Yeah.
Just to give them the.
So cement the point you made earlier as well.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think we're getting Skinner Brothers and Louis Tomlinson.
Yeah. 100%.
Oh mate, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do
Be
that.
aggressive mosh pits.
Yeah, mate. I went to me and Rob went to the Skinner Brothers gig because we went to watch Lucetta's and San Quentin, two other bands who, San Quentin are coming on here in a couple of weeks, and then Lucetta's came on a few weeks ago.
Really good, the sound quite,
Yeah, no, the quality. They've done really good things this year. They were signed to, I want to say, Golden Robot.
Yeah, that's good.
So they've been doing quite well. They've been doing really well this year, in fact. They sold out a gig in like 24 hours in Southend the other day as well.
He's doing
so
really, really well.
they're doing really good. So they were supporting Skinner Brothers, so we went and saw that. And it was just, I've never been to a gig where it's been like the band was so actively aggressive to get people to come and watch them, because it was quite a San Quentin heavy gig because it was in the South End, and they were like, come over it. Like it was it was mad, but it was quality.
Crazy,
and as a band, they're so tight. And I'm not sure if it's like if you've listened to their music or not. I'm not taking sides with them and Louis. Just not getting involved, but their music is so good, so tight. The drums brilliant in it, the bass is good too, and it was it was a really good.
That's always an important thing.
That's vital.
It was a really good album. Right, cover track at your dream gig. What cover track would you guys do? You said you used to do Oasis covers. It doesn't have to.
At
be
the
that.
moment, we're doing As It Was as our cover, and it pops off every
Yeah?
time.
Such a good cover.
It's such a good cover, especially the way we put a little twist on it, more like rocky kind of.
It's very much us. Like we love guitars as a band, so we just put loads of guitars in it. I think the recording is very synth heavy. It's got the kind of leads. We use that as a guitar, and then we have loads of rhythm guitars going, and it sounds like massive. Like it always gets people. As soon as people hear that little
Just
riff,
that riff at the start.
and everyone goes mental because
Yeah.
they know what song it is. And we always put that third in our set because that's the point at which everyone starts getting into us. And
Yeah.
then they'll start getting into our own music. Like, always the first few songs are a little bit ropey because you're getting into the gig, you're
Trying to find your rhythm.
Exactly.
They're trying to figure you out.
100%. So that's always a really good song. We love playing live, but I feel like there's only so many times we can use it because eventually people are going to come to the same gig and be like, I'm a bit bored of As It Was. And it's going to die off. So we probably need to change it up. But cover wise for the gig, oh God, this is hard.
I actually don't.
Let's narrow it down. It's a Christmas gig.
Oh my
What
God.
Christmas song would you cover?
Christmas song.
I like an indie Christmas
I'm
cover.
really bad at
Christmas
Christmas names, Christmas song names, but
It's okay. You can
What's
just
that one
sing
with
some
the,
of it instead.
oh god, no.
Oh, what's the one? Yeah, you know the one, New York, whatever it is.
Fairy Tale of New York.
Yeah, Fairy Tale of New York. That'd be quite cool.
Yeah, the one that's like
Yeah, that one.
the,
Yeah.
the Irish sounding one.
Sounded like the
On
Thomas
Christmas Day.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Or what about the one with the?
That's Fairy
That's-
Tale of New York, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be
Yeah,
that'd
sure.
be great. That'd be quality.
Who would you do that with, though? Oh, hang on. Right, second question. Next question is, who's your special guest duet with? But it doesn't necessarily have to be the same as what we were just about to say.
Is it Dead or Alive?
Dead or alive, whatever you want.
Like, I'd just love to get Jimi Hendrix on guitar. Just why not? Like, it just would be.
Just
cool.
add another guitar to the mix.
Literally,
add a
just
sixth
add.
guitarist.
We haven't got enough already, but we'll just get a fourth
Just have a
guitarist.
line of guitarists at the back. You
I don't
know,
know.
that would be great.
Who would
Yeah.
you want?
Southend.
Just backstage, like waiting to play.
I don't know. That's a difficult one.
The answer to everything.
Yeah,
Is
the,
Sam
ne-
Fender.
the next one's what's on your
Right.
rider. I don't want to ask that now.
Sam Fender.
Yeah, well, the Rider one's funny because this guy doesn't like beer. So
not everyone. Not
no.
everyone likes beer.
But then when we go to like venues, and all you get is beer, basically. He has to buy his own drinks.
It's always an expensive night out.
It's always an expensive night. Yeah.
Like
It's like we were.
Well, what's your drink of choice then? What do you go for?
Gin.
Orange juice.
Gin, that's all right.
It's good drink. I love gin.
So we went to the
Archway Tavern.
So expensive.
No, Archway Tavern is good. It's part of Islington Radio. If you want to go to the acoustic nights on Mondays, make sure you get in touch with Grace in Your Ears and hit them up. It's not expensive at all. Carry on.
It was a really nice pub.
No, honestly, it was a really nice pub.
It's just London prices, and it's crazy. Like we can't.
Yeah, it's
like,
London,
compared to Bournemouth,
it's London
it's,
everywhere
Bournemouth's
prices.
still quite expensive. Like I go to uni in Loughborough, it's like Midlands, and there's pints are like £2, and then you come back down, you're like £6 for a pint. Like what is going on? Like it's crazy.
It is Studentville there as well, though, isn't it? Because
Loughborough,
all the student nights and stuff.
So it's meant to be like that, but
Well, I had a bit of a panic. So I walked in there because I wanted a Red Bull.
Right.
So I'd go for a Red Bull and vodka normally, just to get me a bit more weight.
That's the first time anyone's called it a Red Bull and vodka.
Yeah, I'm panicking now. Just thinking about it. But yeah, and then I saw some gin in the background,
Right.
and I went for that. I went for tonic water, which I thought was just lemonade.
Oh, mate, that's bitter.
No.
Very bitter.
Yeah, very bitter. So I thought I was just having gin and lemonade.
No.
And he was like, "You getting tonic water?" I was like, "Yeah. What's wrong with that?" And it was just
unbelievable.
first sip, and I was like, "Oh god, this isn't right."
I'll put it out there. It's a really nice drink, actually. Like,
Oh, it was unbelievable.
He only managed about a quarter of it. And I
The
was
gin
like,
was really
I'll
nice.
have the rest.
Yeah. No, it's my own fault. Yeah.
I find with gin though, it doesn't give you a very massive hangover the next day. So it's quite good for that. It's
Yeah,
quite a good
That's what I find.
I've had a
Vodka
bad
kind of-
hangover of gin.
Yeah.
vodka water though. That definitely doesn't give you a hangover.
I saw something the
Yeah.
other day where people were like the Brita filters.
Mm.
People were putting
That's one on
vodka
TikTok.
into. Yeah, I saw it on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, people were putting like vodka into a Brita filter and then just being able to just drink it, and it didn't taste horrible.
Really?
I'm not condoning. Like, I'm not saying do that, but to responsible adults, try it and let me know.
Literally.
That's interesting.
Vodka water.
Because obviously the water, it helps with the dehydration element.
Oh.
So it's a big drink in America.
Really?
One of my American friends put me onto it. But yeah, it's quite good because it sort of obviously
What
gets you
vodka?
drunk.
What
but
vodka would you go for though? Because like, what
I
are you a? Oh, you just go for just whatever.
To be honest, I don't really drink vodka water. I think
Oh,
I've had
okay.
it like twice, but when I was with my American friend.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
That's
But
like a
it
student,
is meant
you
to be
gotta get
good.
the cheapest one. It's
Yeah.
Like, you know the one that
Oh
just
yeah,
tastes
but
like
it's cheap
paint
as
strip?
well.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it is
It's
cheap.
like £8 a
Give
bottle.
it a try, vodka
It's
water.
horrendous.
And I think if you put like some orange or some lime or something in it, that helps as well.
I don't really like water.
No. Maybe you'll like it with vodka in
Yeah.
it.
No, there's this new one that's actually come out of Waitrose. I'm not advertising Waitrose. It's like a passion fruit. It's a Smirnoff.
Yeah.
I saw it the other day and it looks.
Do you know what? My
Yeah.
wife, she likes the like all the flavoured different gins and stuff, and it's like, I can't. She gets like orange ones, like strawberry ones. It gets to a point where it's like, it's not the gin you like, is it? It's just the fact that it's
Strawberry
like a nice
flavour.
flavoured thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So it's
exactly.
And
like,
it looks pretty as well.
it looks
Yeah.
pretty.
I mean, I always hate getting mugged off for having cider. I don't think like strong red dark fruits. I think it tastes really nice. I mean, it's just easy to drink. Like I'd rather drink that than something that tastes
It is,
horrible.
I to be fair, I do drink cider
Yeah.
at like music venues if I was to watch a band.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it just
Sweet.
goes down quickly when you're watching bands. I don't know
Yeah.
why. I don't know if it's just me, but it just goes.
Yeah, yeah.
I was at a festival, a uni festival, and it was at Wave Chase. They're performing there, and I somehow got backstage, and they obviously had a big box of cider, and I somehow took half of it, even though I wasn't performing. But
It reminds me of the Forrest Gump thing where he drinks all the coke.
Literally.
and then I ended up on stage at the end of the night with some drag queens. And then I was at work. the
Sounds
next
like a
day.
quality night.
Yeah.
It does, yeah.
I was at work the next day at 6 a.m. with glitter still on my face. It was like, oh, this is just not
It's
good.
one of those, when you work and like, like being a band, like you play like the most mental gig. Like the other day we played this venue called Old Fire Station, which is probably like the third biggest venue in Bournemouth.
Yeah.
So you've got Old Fire Station,
Yeah.
O2 Academy, and the BIC, which is like the arena. And yeah, we played there, and it was literally the craziest show we ever played. Like
Oh, it was
everyone was singing the
mental.
lyrics back to us, even like songs that we haven't even released. People
Yeah,
knew
have
the
you done
lyrics.
demos of those, or is it just that they've come to your gigs previously, so they know
No,
them?
literally, they just come to the gigs previously. I mean,
Yeah.
we
Right.
have demos, but we never share them. And literally, like the mosh pits were crazy. And anyway, like the next day, I'm working. We gone for like a massive night out after,
Back to reality,
and when I'm working it just hits you. You're like, oh god, like I'm literally straight back down to reality. I'm wiping tables at a pub, you know.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's the worst thing, but it's kind of a crazy contrast.
That's such a good setup though, because you've already got fans that love your song so much they know the lyrics, and you haven't even released it yet.
That's
I mean, that
amazing,
is mad. Wait until release date. That
Literally.
should, in theory, that should go wild, right? Because all your fans are going to go and they go, thank God I can finally listen to this tune that's stuck in my head that I can only get when I go to one of your gigs. Probably also makes your fans come to your gigs as well.
Definitely.
Surely that's going to give a big push. It's going to hopefully, get it into some good Spotify playlists or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like our next single we're planning to release is called Lifeline. And I wrote that like summer, wasn't it? Midsummer, I think.
Very recent tune.
Very recently, yeah. And it was like we heard it and we were like, so catchy. Like it's just catchy as hell.
That's the problem we have. Like you just keep making more and then we just forget about the ones that we actually performing and we actually do need to obviously.
So is that one recorded, Lifeline? Is that recorded, ready to go?
We literally went in the studio like last week, wasn't it?
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and so obviously we just need to mix it and add a few more bits on.
Right.
So within the next couple of months, then.
I hope so. Yeah. I mean,
we're aiming for November, aren't we? But not
probably December now.
Yeah.
But like that tune, I mean. Because the thing is, you always got to trial them out at gigs and you see the reaction of people. And I remember we played that first. I think we debuted it at a festival, didn't we? Shebfest.
Oh, Shebfest. No, it was Shebfest, yeah.
Yeah, and then we played it the next day in Bournemouth. We had a gig the next day in Bournemouth, and like the reaction was, everyone was coming up to us like, "You need to release this. Like, it's a great song." We were just like, "Yeah, let's record it." And it.
Just be careful with December though, because it'll be all the Christmas songs.
Yeah,
They'll be getting traction.
Might get
That's what I
lost.
keep telling us. We need to write a Christmas song.
Yeah, just be careful with releasing in December. November's fine.
Put some sleigh bells
January's
on it, like
fine.
E17 did.
Yeah,
Put some sleigh bells.
January's good because people want to get over Christmas by then. So maybe early January. I don't know. Just a thought.
No, that is true. Actually, I never really thought about
Good
that.
advice.
January's quite a good month to get stuff out there as well.
Yeah,
it just feels like a good.
I think the
start of
thing
year.
is, if you do it in Jan, like it'll be a case that not many people have a lot of money in Jan. They're not going to be going to many gigs, are they, in Jan?
Exactly,
At least if you're releasing music, then it's something for them to still hold the interest of the
Yeah,
fans.
exactly.
And it gives you a bit of time to, if you're going to do like a music video or music graphic or something, and also get loads of people to pre-save the shit out of
that's
it.
it. Yeah,
Pre-save the shit out of
You
it.
that's
know.
what we want.
It's all about that. It's all about that. Yeah.
We're going to use that for our next marketing campaign. That's going to be our slogan.
I'll be looking on your Instagram page and it'll just be like, pre-save the shit out of this. I'll be like, hey, that's my line.
Sorry, mum.
No, you got it. You got
We'll have
it.
to credit you, of course. But yeah, so that's going to be a big tune. I think it's sounding sick. I think already, so it's going to be good.
That's it. I think we're just planning on just making loads of songs because like bands, they must have they've probably got hundreds and hundreds of songs just in folders that they just haven't used and stuff. I think that's where you get the best songs out there because you just get more ideas.
Yeah.
Well, Queen has just released a song that Freddie Mercury must have sung 20 years ago. Have you heard that?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it. I was thinking about it, right? So do you think that is one that because their whole thing around it is they forgot about it? Surely they haven't forgot about it. Do you think they've forgot about it, or do you think it's a case that they've gone, yeah, we can release it now?
Do you think they would have released it earlier if it was really good? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, well, that's my point. Like, because
Scraping the barrel.
it's a good song. It's a good song, but when you look at the other Queen songs that are out there, it was going to be it would have been a B-side. It isn't something that would have been a single, in my opinion.
It's kind of weirdly eerie to hear Freddie Mercury's voice as well on a track that you've never ever heard before, kind of coming out now.
Yeah.
Because he died in like 91, didn't he?
What do you think, because you're quite a big Queen fan,
I am a
right?
big Queen
so
fan.
what do you think of it compared to what's been before?
Yeah, like if I'm being honest, I wasn't blown away by it. I just had that sort of eerie sense of he's been dead this long, and you know, I'm hearing a track. Because obviously with all the Queen songs, you probably heard them before, so it's kind of just like, oh yeah, Queen song. But then you hear that, and it's, I don't know, it's just a bit weirdly eerie
ghostly,
for me.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit ghostly. Yeah.
Him actually singing it.
Yeah.
Really?
So it's basically one they recorded, but
so
then
it's
it's
all
all been recorded
Good demo.
previously, and then it's a case that they've forgotten about it. Someone's found it on a floppy drive somewhere, and then decided they're going to play it now.
We'll have to listen to that then later.
Yeah.
I didn't honestly know about that.
No.
They did a mad
crazy.
ad campaign. So I was driving into London and they had this big billboard and it just had like a QR code on it and it had Queen scan here for more
everyone's gonna
news or
scan
something
that.
like that. I mean, I
Yeah.
did because I'm a
Yeah.
big Queen fan. I was surprised it scanned actually. It was like all the way over there, and I got on my phone. I was like, oh, it works.
You were
Okay,
the
cool.
passenger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't driving. Yeah, and then it just said about this like more news soon. Follow the Queen page. I mean, good marketing.
Yeah, that's it.
Good marketing, and then just release this track. So.
Pre-save the shit out of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pre-save the shit out of this new Queen song.
Yeah.
I doubt they do pre-save campaigns. I think they're big enough to not have to worry about pre-saving.
No.
Well, they're not releasing many new. That's got to be the
Yeah.
first track in decades that they've actually released, obviously, since.
I think they did like 1 or 2 after he died, didn't
Yeah.
they?
Yeah, I remember him. Like, well, I say I remember. I don't. He died when I was 4. But like,
I wasn't born.
none of you were born. Fuck you. But you were born. But fuck, where was I going with that? From the film is literally where I'm only getting my knowledge from. Is that they tried to record as many things as possible before he did pass away. So I guess there were quite a lot in there that they could haven't or have over the years decided to release.
And I think it was Freddie's vision. He was just like, fuck, I'm dying. Like, quick, let's record as much as possible.
Yeah.
Like, use it for whatever after I've gone kind of thing. So I do feel like, I don't think Freddie would mind that this track has come out now. I think he'd be very
100%,
happy with it.
yeah.
How do you think it'd be
You know.
a case that, what's the new Adam, isn't it?
Adam Lambert.
Yes. So bearing in mind he's had nothing to do with that, but he's obviously part of Queen now. For him to then go and sing that, although it's a new release with Freddie's voice on it, that's going to be weird, isn't
That
it?
would be
really weird.
Yeah.
But he's kind of, in a way, he's got a similar. I mean, they've done it really well. How they've like kind of almost made it like really kind of similar in a way, but nothing can ever obviously
Can't match it.
I did see a Queen Adam Lambert concert, and I was a bit like, obviously we can't have Freddie because he's not around anymore. But
would you have preferred a hologram of Freddie?
Yeah.
Versus Adam?
Yeah.
ABBA did
I actually
that,
think I
didn't
would
they? They
have.
did, like a hologram show.
Like
Weird.
Gorillas
Yeah, or ABBA.
or ABBA?
Yeah.
Gorillas is better.
Well, fair enough.
Right.
Beg to differ.
We'll have our opinions.
Let's get back onto your dream gig. So on your rider, you can select a choice each. We'll let you have that. We'll have no fights here. And you can select something that would be waiting for your dressing room: food, drink, whatever.
So food or drink.
Food or drink
Or
or
whatever.
a special request of something.
Okay.
Not Sam Fender.
Yeah.
So yeah, what would you like waiting for you in your dressing room at Wembley Stadium at your dream gig? Some
Well-
examples we've had are like a games room. We've had someone say puppies. We've had someone say a roast dinner. I'm sure we've had pizza.
Right.
Lots of different examples.
Sam Fender's perfume.
Sam Fender's perfume.
Sam Fender's
Yeah.
perfume.
Do you wear perfume? What does he wear after
I
shave?
don't know.
Cologne. What do you call the boy version of perfume?
Aftershave.
Aftershave, yeah.
Aftershave.
Yeah. I think that would be a bit too weird, wouldn't it? I can't say that.
On a pillow.
I'm not thinking about it. I'm not thinking about it.
This is getting really weird.
Yeah.
God.
Do you want me to go first?
I don't know.
I'd have a guitar to write me more music so that inspire. No, that's cringy. Sorry.
boring,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's really boring. No,
More
I'd
guitars.
have 5 quid now.
No basis. Just playing your songs.
No,
I'll have a dog. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah?
I have dogs. I love dogs.
You got
I
dogs?
absolutely. Oh yeah, I have a dog.
What dog do you have?
Cockapoo.
Yes, have I.
Have you?
Yeah.
Will it be your dog there or a random other dog?
No, it has to be my dog.
Yeah.
It has
I
to
can have
be.
my dog as well if you want. She'll go.
We'll go to Wembley Stadium.
She'll go Wembley, yeah.
Yeah.
She don't mind.
No, I love dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I can live without one.
I think I could. I think I could live without mine.
Didn't you say that it was harder raising your dog than your kids?
It's 100% harder to raise a dog than a child.
Even a
100%.
Really?
You should have gone
100%.
for cats like me.
Charlotte's allergic.
Oh, cats
Mate,
are
seriously, I'm
easy.
not kidding you, right? So I've got
They
2
look after
kids
themselves.
and I've
Yeah,
got the
that's
dog, and Charlotte agrees with me. It was easier to bring the kids up than the dog. Yeah, 100%. And it's not like
I've not really had the pressure because
I was going to say it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
parents'
mum and
dog,
dad.
right? So when your mum and dad's doing it, then
Yeah.
obviously that's quite easy. Because I did that when we always had dogs growing up. Since when I was a baby up until I was a teenager, whatever, always had dogs. So I thought, you sort of rose tinted glasses a little bit. You think, that'd be really nice to have a dog, and we'll have a dog when we've got the kids and they can grow up together and all that.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it's fine now. She's free. It's like she's easy now.
Yeah.
But as a puppy and that with 2 young kids, it's very difficult. But it was worth it in the end. he says. But yeah, it's hard.
Even though you'll happily give it away on
No,
a
I
ride
wouldn't give
to
her away,
someone.
really. What I meant is that it's like,
Oh, he's digging a hole now.
I hate bassists.
Yeah,
So yours is the cockapoo. What
Yeah.
would you be having on your rider?
This is a hard one, isn't it, really?
I think the cockapoo really relaxed me as well.
Yeah. I mean, I was just going to, like, say... I don't know. Like, I actually don't know.
Would you go food? Would you go drink? Would
You
you,
do
go
love-
an
you do love your
activity?
food.
I really love my
What do you
food.
do now before you go on stage? Have you got any like pre-show things you do, rituals or anything?
Well, I mean, I always go and
Spend
warm
about an
up.
hour in the toilet.
Yeah, we
Steve's
got to go
toilet.
for our obligatory pre-gig toilet. That's
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
that's you can't go on stage and need the toilet because that's a big no-no. Like you got to yeah. But anyway, we'll move on from that.
I mean, an hour in a toilet is a long time. But
yeah, no, maybe not an hour.
That's when you get lost on TikTok, isn't it?
Just scrolling through. Yeah, no. Our pre-gig ritual. I mean, I always do like a vocal warm up. Harry always comes out of me. And he just like squirms at some of the notes that come out because obviously when you warm up, like your voice
It
breaks
is
all the
funny
time.
to watch.
Yeah, it's horrendous, and you have to do like some of them are like "Mummy made me mash my M&Ms" or something. You got to sing that in like a key,
Right.
and it's proper weird. And like sometimes some of the venues they don't have like backstages, so you have to do it out in the street, and like people are just walking past. like, thinking
Outside
you're
the
mental.
joiners, you hear this guy.
that would be
shout.
good TikTok.
Shut
Next
up.
time, get someone to record it
Yeah,
and people's reactions as
that's
they
a
go
great idea. I
past.
could just do it
Yeah.
in the street, couldn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly,
Do
do
it after this in
and make
Archway,
a thing
they'll
out
love
of it.
it.
Honestly, it's
Get
like
on
when
there.
people are gigging out on the streets and then like weird shit is happening like
Yeah.
everywhere. Do
No,
it.
literally, that's actually a good idea. Yeah,
And
we'll
if
do
it
that
goes
next time.
viral,
Then we'll thank you
It's my
again.
credit.
That's another credit.
Another
Jesus
credit.
Christ, she's only a crust
Oh,
tonight.
Matt, you need to get on this one. You got zero credits at the moment.
I invited you here,
Yeah.
right?
He's
That's
got
worth
like
3.
100,000 views at the moment.
I have. I can't believe that's happened.
And he's
man.
editing out my bassist view, so that's a credit.
nope,
It's like
that's
staying in.
littered all the way through this.
It's
It has, yeah. If I cut that bit out, the
It's
rest
not-
doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
That's going to be caption, isn't it? Bassist, watch this.
Literally. Yeah.
Did you choose anything?
No, I didn't actually. I'd have a bottle of Glen's vodka just for the memories.
Glen's
I
vodka.
don't know. I actually don't know. I
I think
genuinely
it's
don't know.
sure it's got your food. 'cause
It's
you
got
love
yeah.
your food.
I'd
Walking around London
kebab.
today, all he was talking
I
about
love
was food.
Kebab?
yeah, nice. Like there's something about a kebab when you've just come off your best gig ever. You know, you've obviously had a few drinks and, you know, you're hungry. You go to the kebab shop and, like, you just start carving it up and you're just like, oh, this is amazing, man. and it's got garlic mayo on and chips. Like, there's just nothing better.
But have a kebab when you're not drunk and it makes you ill.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I've done that before.
Yeah. Oh, no,
It's
it's
not
horrible.
nice.
I'd never have it if I'm not drunk.
It depends
so.
what. I think it depends on what kebab. If
Oh,
you're going
100%.
to, if you're having like if you're having a halloumi like wrap, then you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
But if you have like a chicken sheesh or something,
yeah.
I think you'd be fine.
Or shawarma
But
or
you
something.
never really know what's in a doner, do you?
Yeah,
No.
and I think the vodka or the alcohol, whatever you've got in your stomach,
Yeah.
just kills off any bacteria.
Yeah, I
think.
100%, yeah.
I've had me. Yeah, no.
You'll sit again in a few hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, kebabs.
In the past, yeah.
I actually don't like kebabs.
That shocks me.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't
You
shock
don't
me.
like
It doesn't like
anything.
anything. Yeah, it doesn't shock me at all.
I was
All he
joking,
likes
like-
is Sam
Sweets after
Fender.
the game.
That's the only thing he
Why
liked.
Yeah, what do you
Honestly,
have?
I normally I actually just have a Nutella sandwich when I'm home.
And the Nutella sandwich.
Nutella
I make my
sandwich.
children that. You're so sweet, Harry.
That's so sweet.
He's
Banana?
definitely a white bread person, aren't you?
Banana?
Nah, banana I
100%.
have in the morning.
Do
with
you
my
put
Nutella sandwich for breakfast.
do you put butter on your bread?
And I still like petit filous.
Oh my god.
Do you put butter on your bread before the Nutella?
See,
I feel like
this is another controversial.
He's a
I
rock
don't like
star.
butter.
he's a rock
He's a
star.
rock star.
I don't like butter. I don't like cheese.
Do you cut your sandwich into
In
4
triangles.
bits? Is it that way?
Do you know what I do? I don't even cut it. I actually don't cut it. I just spread it on 2 bits of,
Oh,
two
you're a
bits of bread and
monster.
just eat it straight.
That's
I eat it straight because that makes it more adult.
That makes him more of a rock
Do you
star.
cut the crusts off of it?
No, I'm not that weird. I'm no, I have to eat the crust.
Do you
Sorry.
drink your drink in a beaker?
Honestly,
He uses a straw.
Ago.
He drinks out of straw, I think, doesn't he?
We're
Yeah.
joking. It's
Yeah,
very
but-
sweet.
Let's move on. Now.
Right. Well, you've already made it moment. You have mentioned about people singing your lyrics back to you. Would you class that as a made it moment, or you got something else in
I
mind?
still don't think we've had our made it moment. Like, I think like we've had moments where we've been like, oh, like, damn, we're actually doing something here.
Yeah.
I think one of those was at the recent old fire station gig.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know if you've ever had a buzz where we've we had a walk on. We've never been able to walk on.
That was mad.
From a backstage. We've always had to walk on.
Guess what song we had as a walk on?
I was going to ask. I've got entrance music on here, right? As in, what would your entrance
this
music
is Ben's
be?
idea.
So do you know Slow Tie?
No.
A guy called Slow Tie. It's a song called Doorman. And it's just like, it's such
I never heard of the song before.
How is it?
It's a hype song.
It gets
right,
hyped, and like a lot of people like our age just know it. I think because it's like TikTok and all that. And
I was going to ask, is that the influence? That's where it's come from?
Sort of. I mean, I
Did you know it before TikTok?
I knew it before TikTok.
Oh,
yeah. But like, I think it just like. It's such like a bass driven song, and it just gets everyone hyped.
Oh, is it?
Bass driven.
Bass driven.
We've gone full circle.
I'm gonna leave. I think that'd be best.
Do you know what, with TikTok and the songs that are on there, like my daughter, right? She's like, how do you know that song? That's from TikTok. Like, no, this song's been around for years.
That's hilarious.
What's it, the running up the
You know
hill,
what
running
Yeah,
up the hill?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, but that was
Kate
from
Bush,
that was because of Stranger Things, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's Stranger Things.
of
Because
course,
Kate Bush, yeah, but that was out
Great TV
80s,
show.
wasn't it? That was 80s track, yeah.
This is in my next show. If you had a safe song, because Vecna's after you,
Yep.
what would be your safe song?
Is it like a safe word?
As in, like, you
Oh,
know,
actually, that's
no, but you know, like running up that hill.
Yeah.
Way to lower the tone. I had a really good question there.
It is a good song. I mean, it is a good question. I love it. It is a good question.
Yeah, so Vecna's after you. You have to have a safe song that basically stops him from eating you. What is it? And you have to play it
It has
on
to be
repeat
your favourite song.
again and again and again. You've got headphones on, so Vecna doesn't eat
I'm
you.
gonna mine's gonna be "State of Grace" by Taylor Swift.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm
because
not
it's a
after
banger.
It's a good
Like
song.
it's a great song. I love Taylor Swift. I think she's amazing.
Yeah.
Like some of the songs she writes are so catchy. Like it's great. So yeah, that's like one of my favorite all time songs, which is great. Like and people just would probably laugh at that, but it generally is like a great song. You can't
She's
really
a
knock
great
it.
songwriter, yeah.
She's a great songwriter.
What's
Take a lot
yours?
of influence from her.
What do you think?
17 going under.
No, it's not.
Oh.
No, it's Hypersonic Missiles.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. That song is just
Great song. Great
it's got to be my
Just a
favourite
banger,
song.
innit? It's a banger.
Yeah, it's a banger.
Good
Straight
song.
up banger. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Straight
it's
up.
my like celebration song as well. When I finish A levels, it's just that song I put on
Yeah.
and I just celebrate in my room.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like I often associate songs
With your
like,
Nutella sandwich.
No cheese, no butter, petty please.
Why would you have cheese with a Nutella sandwich?
Well, no, I don't know.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it's just-
Yeah, there's some like I often like associate songs with like times in like
Oh, yeah,
of my
100%.
life. Like I'm sure everyone does that,
100%,
but
yeah.
like there's songs which remind me of like A levels, and there's songs that remind me of uni, and like certain songs that connect with you, like times in your life where certain things have happened. I think, and
Yeah.
those are the songs that stay with you the most.
What is a song from your like A levels, like sixth form, like time? What is a song from there? Because I reckon that mine was before you were born.
Don't know what year?
Mine was Hey Ya by Outkast.
Oh,
Wow,
yeah.
that's a banger.
That came
That's a
out when I
banger.
was in sixth form.
Good
That's a
song.
great
Really?
song.
Yeah.
What a song? Mine
I've
was.
never-
Go on.
Well, I've never heard. Well, I'll probably be able to know. I'm really bad at song names.
Hey,
If I heard it, I'll be able to.
Hey Ya.
Hey.
Yeah, you're the vocalist. You sing it.
I
Oh,
Outkast. You can say you don't know it. It's fine.
I thought it was Gorillaz, that song.
No, it's
No,
Outkast.
it's
Yeah.
Outkast.
You got it. Oh, you think you've got it? Would that? Yeah. I'm not
Oh,
gonna carry
yeah,
on.
no, that is a banger. That
Yeah,
is a
but
banger.
That's when I was in sixth form. So what was your? Yeah.
Mine was I love the Wombats in the sixth form. Oh my god, do you know
Yeah, I
the
know
Wombats?
Wombats, yeah,
So great, man. Like,
Where have they
they're-
gone? Are they still
Yeah,
around?
they're making
Oh,
albums like every.
Yeah, they made a
Are they?
absolute banger.
Three
They used to
months.
be like
So
around
consistent.
everywhere, and
Yeah,
then
No, honestly, like they've captured the whole like new generation, like the whole generation like that's coming up. Like they love them because they just somehow seem to. They've written like 6 albums of just straight bangers. I don't know how they
Just
do
their
it.
consistency
Every
is
time, like
unbelievable.
they released a new song which was unbelievable. Like we were
playing
obsessed
with
with it.
3 people as well.
Yeah.
The sound they make. We saw them
That's
at
crazy, man.
Finsbury.
Talent is
Mm.
unbelievable.
And yeah, just that was the first time I saw them. I was just like blown away with 3 people. Like I know there's 3. Like
Yeah.
you get bands of 3 people in, but the noise they were making.
yeah, yeah.
Incredible musicians.
The bassist was good.
But you know what? The cool thing is the tracks that you're making now will be making memories for other people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing.
How
like,
cool is
it's
that?
sick. Like people say to us, like, "Oh, your song like helped me through this certain time of their lives," or like it,
Someone
like,
tweeted literally yesterday saying the Paris, one of made her cry, didn't it, or something?
literally, like it's like you know, like I literally just wrote that in my bedroom like, on a. You know, I think the idea of the Paris came to me in the shower, like the melody. It's
All
kind of
good
mad.
ideas come to you in the shower,
This one
right?
saying that generally,
I turn into
Honestly,
unbelievable.
I'm just going to start sitting in the shower for days on end because I generally think I write my best songs in the shower.
Come out all wrinkly,
It's
like
mad, yeah, literally.
you turned into a prune.
Yeah, literally, I'm just going to start sitting in the shower. If we ever write an album, like, I don't know, whoever get like a record deal, I'll just tell them, like, can I just spend the money on a really good shower? So
If you ever get to afford a
write
studio,
songs.
Even better with the
shower.
energy crisis, just go for a spa weekend, like
I won't
go
turn
all
on the shower,
out.
just sit in the tub and just like,
yeah,
write
you're at the
songs.
recording room. Just like, do you have a shower here? By any chance? Just need to pop in there. For a
I
bit.
just have to come up with some ideas.
But you know what, Freddie Mercury, he wrote, what's it called? This Crazy Little Thing Called Love. He wrote that in the bath.
Really?
Yeah.
Mad.
So yeah, apparently he was in Berlin at the time. I think I've probably told this story before, did I?
Can't remember.
And he was in like a recording studio. So the recording studio was in the basement, and he was like, "Quick, someone get me a guitar! Someone get me a guitar!" And because he doesn't know that many chords on guitar, because obviously he's a singer, that's why it's such a simple melody. But he came up with it in the bath, and then just took the lift all the way down to the basement and recorded it. And apparently it was one of their quickest songs that they ever recorded.
Yeah, it's got to put some clothes on. That's why.
Yeah, probably went down his dressing gown.
Sometimes like the simple songs are the best, you know.
Yeah.
Like when they're really kind of basic and stripped down, they can be the best sometimes. Just happens.
Inspiration in funny places, as discussed earlier. Right, gig tour right bin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's get on to that.
Yeah.
So, gig tour right bin is essentially Snog, Marry, Avoid. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to give you 4 artists, and you've got to decide to go on a world tour with them for a year. Spend one night with them doing a gig.
Yep.
You can write with one of them, but one of them you've got to take all the work they've ever done, put it in the bin.
Oh wow.
Right. And the 4 artists that we have decided on. Do you want to go?
Cancelled this.
Or do we change them slightly?
No, just do that.
Go on, be sad.
Well, you could, well, maybe change the last one if you want. Or the second. First, do the first 2, and then if you want to change the other 2, do it.
Oh no, I can't think of any off the top of my head. Okay, so you've got Sam Fender. We've mentioned him too many times. Louis Tomlinson, Alfie Templeman, Oasis.
So out of those 4 bands, you've got to go on a gig with them, tour with them, write, and put one of them
Let's
in the bin.
Put it straight, we're going to go on a world tour with Louis Tomlinson. Because, like, yeah, it's got to be. We've got a world tour with Louis Tomlinson, straight up.
World tour of Louis Tomlinson.
Yeah, because now, like, you know,
Yeah.
a lot of his fans like us now. I feel like it would be good vibes.
Yeah.
That is not the answer that Harry wanted to give.
I
But just think if you write with him.
Yeah, that's a good idea, yeah.
Oh yeah, Louis Tomlinson world tour, 100%.
Just saying.
Definitely, that'd be good fun. If he seems like a really good.
So I'd rather
Well.
write with Sam Fender because one, he's like an amazing songwriter, and 2,
It'd be a laugh.
like it would be a laugh. Like you'd have so much fun in the studio, and then you'd go out for drinks afterwards. I feel like a world tour, you get sick of that person a bit. Because also, like, a lot of the time the support bands don't really mingle as much with the headline band. I feel like it's very kind of separate. So I don't know. I feel like being in a studio with Sam Fender, you'd create a little bond, and then you'd go out, you know, on the
And then we can
drinks.
world tour with him after that.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Yeah,
Okay,
Getting greedy now.
yeah, exactly. Well,
You'll have
there's no
his
rules to
name
this.
on your record forever or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bonded.
So,
Put
yeah.
it this way
In
then.
song.
So you're touring with Louis Tomlinson. You are writing with Sam Fender.
Mhm.
Between Alfie Templeman and Oasis, who are you having a one-night gig with, and who are you throwing in the bin?
We've got to have a one night gig with Oasis. There's no. Sorry, like Alfie Templeman's great, but like Oasis, just,
And it'd be a reunion as well, by the sounds
I
of it.
know it'd be mad. Imagine
Oh
that.
yeah, we'd break the internet.
Crazy. It would literally. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that's where your head went.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't care about gigging with him. Just the
Yeah,
internet.
fuck the
Don't care
Gallagher's,
about
we'll break the
Oasis.
internet.
Yeah. Don't care about all the
Don't
songs
care
they've
about
got.
them.
they're like-
Just being selfish now.
Yeah. Literally. Nah, it's got to be.
Yeah. Alfie Templeman's a mental musician, but yeah.
I'd love to play a game with Alfie Templeman. Don't get me wrong, but if
But he,
Oasis,
didn't, reply to your thing, did he? So.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah,
Get in the bin.
We don't go
he
there.
bins you off, so you get to
we don't
bin
talk
him
about
off.
these things. Yeah, but
Next year.
next year, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But nah, Oasis for me as well. Like my dad got me into Oasis massively in the 90s, so he showed me all their bangers, and definitely Maybe is a great album. So I love them. So yeah, it'd be amazing.
Love Oasis.
It'd be incredible. Yeah.
Love
Great band.
Oasis. Last thing we're going to do is where is your after party at your at your dream gig? Where is your after party?
Or like a club or
Anywhere you want.
anywhere we want.
Yeah.
Right, then.
Bearing in mind you're in Wembley Stadium.
Yeah,
you
so we've got to
can
be in London because we don't really want to travel out. We could can we get a private jet?
do what you want. It's your dream gig.
Private
You have to
jet.
be doing Oasis, get a
Get
helicopter.
Or why don't we just rent out like one of those massive commercial like jumbo jets? Get all our mates on, like everyone we know, just on there, and then
Have a
we all
party
go
on
out
the
to,
jet.
like, let's
They
all
know
go.
us now.
Huh?
That's good. That means
we're
we'll
on
be
it. We're on
invited.
it.
Yeah, 100%. You guys you guys can pilot if you want. if you know how to pilot.
You probably
planes.
crash it.
Yeah. What do you mean? Someone's got to pilot it.
Rent out a pilot.
We just go somewhere mad, like, I don't know, just some island.
When there.
No, not in the air. I mean, like, we'll land
It would be
somewhere.
quite cool to do it in
That'd
the
be
air, though,
sick.
wouldn't it?
It'd
It
be
would
cool.
be quite.
But I feel like everyone would get a bit, a bit.
What are those massive inflatable ones called? I don't think they fly anymore. They had loads of crashes.
The hot air balloons.
What, Zeppelin?
Do you mean
Yes. It was an up. It's an up.
it's in up? Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
A hot air balloon.
Could this kid get any cuter? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, it's an up.
It was in up.
I'm there, me there, watching up on my little petty fillet.
He's a rock
Still
star.
Doug's there.
Yeah. Dog's there one hand, petty fillet another hand.
That's unbelievable. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, we'd love to be on a plane. I think we'd get all the drinks on the plane, just get absolutely battered on the plane, basically, and then we'd land somewhere like, I don't know, where's a good place to party? Like
I think everyone will be going to sleep by that point.
No, there's just starting that night. Like that would just be the start of the night. Maybe
We'd be asleep.
A lot of Red Bulls.
yeah, a lot of Red Bulls. No, it's just sponsored by Red Bull. Yeah.
Vodkas,
Red
yeah.
Bull vodka.
And a lot of vodka water in the morning.
Vodka
Yeah.
Not in the
waters.
morning.
Yeah, a lot of vodka water. No, it'd be like a 5-day thing. I mean, we're not sleeping. If we're playing Wembley, like we're not sleeping like for a good few days. I think.
Oh, I'm too old for that.
So I think we'd just go somewhere like, just some random island somewhere. You know, land the plane somewhere. I don't know.
Piss the natives off.
And then leave.
We'd hire out one of those, like, you know, you can like buy an island or whatever. We'd hire one out for a night.
Oh, like
Like
Fire
2 nights.
Festival.
Yeah, but except it'd be real this time. Like, we'd actually be happening. And we'd land, and then we'd just basically just have a massive session. We'd like organise a massive DJ, like
They'd all be there waiting for us.
yeah, literally, we'd just have a massive.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to get there and then sort out the
Set up,
logistics
yeah.
after, would you?
That would be
Staggering
Like
up.
Fire Fest.
after like 12 like Red Bull vodkas as well. I think an idea.
Who's DJing it?
Who's DJing?
Oh.
Our mate. We got a mate. He's a DJ called Adam, and he does like all the.
He's done a lot of the bar freshers events
Yeah,
this year.
he's
so
played to like
he's done really well.
5,000
Yeah.
people. So we'd
Yeah,
get him, and we love him. He's done a little remix of Head Start actually as well.
Is that who
We
it's
got
from?
Well, no, that was actually from a guy called Greg in Brighton, who's a brilliant producer. But he's done a separate one. It hasn't been finished yet.
Right, okay.
But it's more of like how do you describe? It's kind of like, is it house, more of a house techno thing, rather than, because the one's more like hyper pop, the remix.
There's a lot going on in the remix.
Yeah,
we've got.
this one's a bit more like house techno. I want to say there's a genre, but I don't want to get that wrong. But yeah, it's pretty cool, to be honest. Like, it's good. It's good. But yeah, we'd get him to DJ because we just love him. He's great.
Has he got a DJ name?
He has,
DJ
yeah,
Adam.
DJ Adzi.
Pharaoh, isn't it?
DJ Pharaoh? Oh, he's changed it. DJ
Is
Pharaoh
that with DJ Adzi
or DJ
or
Pharaoh.
DJ Pharaoh?
Yeah, it's DJ Pharaoh.
I think it's Pharaoh.
Yeah. So yeah, he's
He'll
a
have to be
good.
on it. And then
He's a very good DJ. Very good DJ. So yeah, we'd have him. Yeah.
and Sam Fender can pay for the rest of the night.
Yeah. We said we made a pact as a band, if we ever play Reading Festival, which is like our dream festival, we'd all get small talk tattoos. And I probably would never get a tattoo because I don't like the idea of like having
neither.
something on me. Yeah. But but yeah, I think
Move on.
yeah.
I got the reason we're laughing is I have a tattoo.
Yeah,
that's right,
Exactly. I think like that'd just be a great memory to have, just a little small talk tattoo.
So
Somewhere-
is it just going to
somewhere hidden.
say? Is it just going to say small talk?
We'll probably have the logo. We need to refine that logo a little bit more.
Yeah,
if I
we
want
need
that
to
on
work on the
my
logo.
body.
Yeah.
we need to look at that logo again.
Yeah, I don't know what.
If you were going to get a tattoo, where would you? Where on your body would it be though? Like Lizzie said, would you keep it hidden or would it be somewhere?
For me, it would be hidden. It'd be like probably on my arm somewhere.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Where you, Harry?
That's not very hidden.
Maybe like.
I prefer
I don't wear
it
short
here.
sleeves a lot.
Oh, okay. That's a good idea for one.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just think it looks cool there.
Yeah.
I think
that's
so
good.
as well.
But yeah.
I was going to get. I've got my daughter's name on my chest,
Have you?
and I was going to get my son's name there until
Yeah.
people told me it really hurts there. But it really hurt here.
So have you got your son's name anywhere?
No, just in my heart.
Oh,
That's
that's horrible.
terrible.
I know he doesn't mind at the moment.
At the moment.
At the moment, he will at some point. I keep saying I need to get it, but I haven't yet.
Awful.
I know. I'm a terrible father. Right. Could you tell everyone, please, where they can find you on the socials? Look at one of the cameras and tell people where they could find you.
So we're on Instagram at smalltalk.bnd. We're on Twitter at smalltalk_bnd, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah, they don't allow dots today.
Yeah, they don't have dots.
I struggle making those.
And then what else is there? TikTok. Is it Small Talk on Band? Small Talk Band.
Yeah.
We got loads of different.
If they go to your Instagram, and then go to the bio,
you find everything there.
It'll be on your link tree
at smalltalk.bnd. We're also on Spotify, just Small Talk. And yeah, we've got 2 songs up there at the moment, Paris and Head Start. So yeah, hope you enjoy it.
Yeah,
yeah, it's good.
EP out soon.
Miss Romain, could you tell everyone where they can find you?
Yep, at my website, which is lizzieromain.co.uk. It's got all the socials on there, so you can pick your poison.
Pick your poison. I'm Matt Wherry, you guys know that. You can go and find us at unsignedmusic.uk. Upload your music if you're an unsigned artist. If you're an emerging artist or independent, you can also upload to futurehits.co.uk as well. We'll get you on the rotation there after a review from our A&R manager, Abby. And that is going to wrap us up for this week. Have a great week, everyone. Lads, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate it.
Really
Been fantastic. Thank you very much.
Brilliant.
Lizzie, thank you very much. Producer Ian, thank you. Welcome. Goodbye, everyone. See you next week. Bye.
See you later.
The Unsigned Podcast.